Guys, come on. We were so close to being top of the division, and you've all forgot how to play again. What's going on? Except for you, Vlad. You've been absolutely brilliant. So you keep it going, and the rest of you, let's just get to the wild card and we'll go from there, shall we? No, Vlad, you're not getting 50 million. I don't care what you're doing.
Go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Chicago Cubs. It is Season 7, Episode 7. Today we are going to be hosting the Mets. And it is a big game because we've had, we're getting down towards the end of the season. It's September 20th in game. So about 2-3 weeks to go in the regular season. And we are so hot and cold. It's like a Katy Perry song. Yeah, I mean, let's well, first of all, Vlad, absolutely amazing. All of a sudden, 30 home runs, 107 RBIs, and batting just under 300. He's done that out of absolutely nowhere earlier on this season. So that is excellent to see. But let's have a look at some of our results here. Now, of course, we left off at the end of this series against Atlanta, where unfortunately we lost, but we had won 3 of 4 against who was at the start of that series the best team in baseball. Then things continued to go well for a little while because we hosted Milwaukee. We won 2 of 3, and the one we lost was an extra inning. We went to Miami, won 2 of 3 there, including Game 3 here. A game against our former starter, Jack Perkins, and it went okay for him, went okay for us. You can see an extra inning there. We managed to get the win. It was a De Leon 2 RBI single on top of the 11th that got it done for us. You can see everybody's hitting numbers there. And then if we do just quickly go on down to the pitching, and you can see Jack Perkins did get the start from 5 innings and 1 earned run. Annoyingly, ERA of 2.40. He has refound his very best form in Miami. So for whatever reason, he maybe just needed a change. But Morillo for us got the start. Joswiak did his best to throw it all away, and in the end it was Bednar and Montano who combined to get the win and the save. So excellent work there, boys. And then we went to Minnesota, and we won 3 of 3 in Minnesota. So obviously a very, very good start to things. We outscored them in this series 27-3. And now in game 1 here, we had a second shutout of the season for Alcantara. So magnificent stuff from him. The Bats, well, they did enough, didn't they? Scored 7 runs. We can see there, Vlad 4 RBIs, 1 3-run home run, and another one. Namala had 3 hits as well, as did Ramirez down there at number 9. But the star of the game, without a doubt, was the Sandman. 9 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs. Magnificent stuff. 9 strikeouts in there as well, which isn't too shabby, is it? Then we had a big series against Pittsburgh, who you may have noticed were just below us in the standings. We won 2 of 3 there, so that was, again, very, very nicely done. Game 2 here was a bit of a squeaker, and it was a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th by Edouard Julien that got us across the line in the end. So not a day to be a hitter, really. Yeah, it happens sometimes, but it was 2 outs as well when Julian got the home run. So it was proper, movie stuff. So yeah, well done to him. Pitching, Morillo had a decent start, 5 innings, 1 earned run, and then Pinto and Kelly came in to see it off for us. So yeah, very, very nice. Then things started to go very, very wrong. Now at this point here, we were I think we were 2.5 games, maybe 3 games behind the Reds. So we'd really closed that gap up. We lost the first 2 games of the series in St. Louis. Sorry, we were hosting St. Louis. Over to September, we did manage to win game 3, but then we lost again, so we only won 1 of 4 against them. The White Sox, we went there, we only won 1 of 3 against them. We then got swept by Pittsburgh. Now at this point, not only have we fallen way back of Cincinnati, Pittsburgh were actually level with us as well. Then the series, it's almost more frustrating than anything else. We swept the Reds. Now, if only we'd done something, like one sort of half of our games that previous week, we would have been right up with them again. We then went to Atlanta. We only managed to win 1 of 3 there, which is okay, I suppose, given that we still, are ahead of them on the season. And in the third game here, the 8-5 win, it was Ballesteros, the hero, in the 9th with a 3-run home run. Obviously, another run there somewhere as well. So that was the difference to get us from falling behind, having conceded 2 in the bottom of the 8th, to get back ahead. We can see everybody's hitting numbers there. Vlad and McQuaid doing most of the damage with the bats. New name there, you'll notice Patterson. We've called him up from AAA. We'll have a look at him in a moment. And then, of course, Ballesteros down the bottom there with his 4 RBIs as well. And if we go down to the pitching, Alcantara, solid enough, I suppose. 5 runs is a little bit too much, but he did go 7.2 inning. And the bullpen came in and closed it out for us. And then Mets, a very poor Mets side. We won the first game of the series. We've lost the next two. So we are looking to split the series against the Mets, at home. And another one of these series which it's just been hot and cold, and we're cold against a team that really essentially is season over, and we've got to win these sorts of games more often, don't we? So we're 6.5 games back. We will need something of a miracle to be able to win the division now. But I'm kind of thinking let's just get ourselves into the wild card, and we'll go from there. You can see we are currently in the wild card. But not by too much. Now, if we look at some of the league leaders, as I said, suddenly Vlad is up there leading the way, or more or less, with hits. He's not a mile away in home runs, despite not doing much the first half of the season. PD Crow, look at him up there, 5.6 WAR is third, and then we've got Alcantara now up there in wins, and Christian Scott as well has, I think, 14 wins. And is he the starter today? I don't think he is, but he's not a mile away from being up there on wins as well. So like I say, all of a sudden, things are looking a lot better for us. Now, if we have a look at some of the pitching numbers, and I've got to say, Alcantara, absolutely brilliant so far this season. Really, really nice to have him back for us. Cruz has done okay as well. Morillo as the starting pitcher is getting better. Murals is the disappointment. And yeah, well, we'll have to consider what we do with him, I think. Christian Scott's been solid. He does have 15 wins, as you can see there as well. And yeah, the bullpen has been much, much better. I think we've come across a little bit now of a sort of a bullpen that works for us and is doing a better job anyway at not blowing any sort of leads that we do have. So yeah, that is all very, very good. And if we're going to have a look at the hitters, and we can see them here now, it's going okay, I would say. We'll have a look at Patterson in just Patterson even in just a second here. He has come in under the expanded roster. The other change is Cooper Pratt is back in with Kevin Maid on the IL. So I mean, Pratt is not brilliant, to be honest, but he's sort of the best of a bad bunch in terms of covering for infield position. So yeah, that is that. Namala's quietly putting up some good numbers. McQuaid and Guerrero of Vlad Jr. obviously are leading the way. And yeah, I've got to say, as I said at the top there, PD Crow, really, really good WAR, stealing bases, excellent batting average, and yeah, is doing a very good job back at the top of the order for us now as well. So this is Bobby Patterson. He is the new man. Now, we'll have a look at his career to date in the minors. He has been absolutely brilliant. There is obviously a lot of potential there. I was trying to maybe not call him up this season, but to be honest, we were just struggling a little bit with the bats, obviously, with that losing streak. So I thought, let's call him in, and even if he doesn't start, which is probably not going to happen that often, he's obviously a good option that could come in, play right field, left field, center field potentially, and as a pinch hitting option, quite good as well. Now, as I said, his career to date, it makes for exceptional reading. Now, the reason that I did call him up is that he hasn't really found his level yet that's above him. He went from rookie ball up to high A in 1 year and batted 350. First year up in AAA this year, so missed AA altogether, and again, batting absolutely brilliantly. So I thought, let's call him up. Hasn't found his level yet, and he's not had a brilliant start, to be honest, but that's okay. Even if this season is just a bit of a taste for him, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. So yeah, we've got, I think, potentially a star of the future here, and we'll get to see him take those first steps in Major League Baseball this season. But anyway, that is that. Let's go and check these lineups as we get ready to host the Mets, and it's a must-win game if we want to be. Well, it's just a must-win game. On your feet, Chicago, because no one wants to lose to the Mets. At first base, it's Vlad Jr. At second base, it's Pedro Ramirez. At third base, it's Alex Bregman. At shortstop, it's Arjun Namala. In left field, it's Ernesto De Leon. In center field, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. In right field, it's Brennan Davis. Designated hitter is William McQuaid. Behind the plate, it's Moises Ballesteros. And your starting pitcher is Juan Morillo. Alright, so we can see the lineups there. I mean, you don't want to lose to the Mets, do you? That's the Yeah, that's an indignity I'm not sure we can come back from this season. So it's Petey Crow leading us off in centre field, Bregman at third, bat second. Then we've got Vlad at first, McQuaid at DH, and Brennan Davis in right field. DeLeon in left field in a slump, needs to come good for us here. Then we've got Namala at shortstop, Ballesteros and Ramirez sort of round out the order. And it is Murillo, 3-7 record ERA of just over 5, whip of 152. Not all of that, though, as a starting pitcher. And we're up against Jose Fleury. He has a 1-3 record from six outings, a 4.45 ERA, a whip of 148. And yeah, it looks a fairly even matchup, doesn't it, on that front? And we can see the team of overpaid Mets heroes of seasons past here. And Ronnie Mauricio, we actually had the chance that we could have traded for him. I think I was trying to get rid of Vlad, and we could have got Mauricio, but he was on kind of a big contract as well, so I decided against it in the end, and thank Christ I did, because Vlad has been spectacular. So welcome to Wrigley. Mauricio will lead them off, batting 300 so far this season. And we've got Murillo on the mound, and well, it's a 1-2 pitch. Let's see if he can start us off in style here, as we will eventually get back behind the plate. And here we go, Murillo gets the strikeout, his 250th of his career. And it is Kyle Tucker that will lead them off, will come in now, I should say. It's a batting 251, a 2-1 pitch, straight up. And catcher comes out, makes the play, and that's 2 down for Kerry Carpenter now, batting 270 this season for the Mets. A 2-2 pitch, and another strikeout. Murillo, a nice quick 1-2-3 inning, and that will do very nicely. Thank you very much. So Petey Crow will lead us off, batting 306 this season. It is a 1-1 pitch. And Petey Crow gets under one. It'll be caught by the shortstop, and that will be one away. It'll bring in Bregman, who has got his 1,000th career RBI since we saw him last. He's batting 258 this season. It'll be a little bit better than that now, as he spanks one into center field for a 1-out single. Brings up Vlad. I mean, what can you say about Vlad this season? He has absolutely come to life. Bregman hobbling over to second base and gets there somehow. It's only his 3rd stolen base of the year. And let's see what Vlad can do. Vlad has crushed another one. It's just off the wall. Hits it on the full. It'll be an RBI double for Mr. Junior. And we take the lead as Bregman comes around to score. So an RBI double, 1-0. Very nicely done. In comes McQuaid, now batting 273 this season. A 1-1 pitch. And McQuaid slices it down the third base line. The third baseman fields it over to first. 2 away. Vlad stays at second for Brennan Davis, now batting 240. Now he has hit his 100th career home run since we saw him last. And that just might drive in Vlad, you know. He's got it into left field. Vlad turns, goes, and will score on the RBI single from Brennan Davis. It is 2-1 now. No, it's not. It's 2-0 even. And DeLeon will come in, batting 249 and in a bit of a slump. First pitch swing. DeLeon hits it. Whoa! Ow! How has he caught that? And that will end the inning. It'll bring in Harida to lead them off. I'm almost positive that is not how you say that. He's batting 250 this season. And so he's batting 210. 250 against us. And either way, he's out. And that is 1 down. Gorman now, batting 219, comes in. A full count. Murillo, strikeout. Magnificent. 2 down. His 3rd of the game already. Southern Seam. We'll go with that. Batting 261. And I've always think you can always tell the real difference between me doing my best baseball announcer impersonation and an actual baseball announcer. I'm sure they practice the names before they start. In comes Namala, batting 248 this season. You can just imagine, you know, the guy calling the game at the ground, like, yeah, I think that's it. I think that's how you say it. We'll go with that anyway. Ballesteros, batting 254. It's an 0-1 pitch. And Ballesteros grounds it to the shortstop. Oh, and it is going to be an infield hit. Lindor unable to make the play. It's his 100th hit of the season for Ballesteros. Ramirez will come in now, batting 266 and in a slump. And there's a loose one. So that will get Ballesteros over to second. And can Ramirez drive in a run now? Oh, another loose one. That'll get him over to third. Are we going to move him the whole way around here? 1 loose pitches. A 3-1 and a walk. So runners at the corners with 1 out now. Back to the top we go for Petey Crow, who's 0 for 1. A first pitch swing. Petey Crow into center field. It's going to be caught, but the runner tags up. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. So the sac fly from Petey Crow makes it 3-0 as Ballesteros scores, and Bregman to the plate, who's 1 for 1 with a runner at first. Bregman into right field. That is over right field. And Bregman is going to drive in a run, is he? No. Runners at second and third now. And it'll bring in Vlad with a chance to add to his RBI tally for the day and the season. A 3-1 pitch. Vlad draws the walk to load the bases. Was that just low, perhaps? So it's McQuaid, loaded bases, 2 out. What can Big Willie do? He draws a walk to drive in a run. So it is now 4-0. Everybody moves to round 1. They've already hit Davis. Seen Davis hit 1 grand slam this season on camera. Can he do another one? No, he strikes out and leaves them loaded. But we've got a 4-0 lead after 2. And Murillo will continue to Chapman, who is batting .266 this season. And that is absolutely crushed. And it is now 4-1. So, yeah, not great. Only his 5th home run of the season as well. 417 feet. And we'll put that down to charity, shall we? Lindor comes in now, batting .251. A 2-2 pitch. And a strikeout for Murillo. Nice comeback. And in comes Sugarstey now, who is batting .229. Another first pitch swing. And that's a ground ball. Ramirez has it over to first, and that will be 2 down. So we'll go back to the top of the order for Mauricio, who is 0 for 1. It's a 1-1 pitch. It is lined straight to Vlad. And that will do it for the third. The top of the third anyway. It is 4-1. De Leon will lead us off. 0 for 1 today. A 2-1 pitch. De Leon was robbed first time up. This time he grounds it to the first baseman for 1 away. Namala now, who's 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. Namala grounds it to the second baseman. So if all things being equal, this should be a ground ball to the to the shortstop. And it's Ballesteros who is 1 for 1. It's a 2-2 pitch. And Ballesteros thinks about swinging, stops, and then in the end just shuffles off back to the dugout. It is Kyle Tucker to lead them off now. He is 0 for 1 to face Murillo. It's an 0-2 pitch, and Murillo gets the ground ball over to first. Ramirez makes the play, and that is 1 down in the top of the 4th. Carpenter now, who's 0 for 1. It's a 2-0 pitch. Murillo has got the pop-up, and Davis underneath it makes the catch. 2 down, and it is Heredia. What did I say his name was last time? A 1-2 pitch, and that is straight up in the air. Bregman's underneath it, makes the catch, ends the top of the 4th. It is still 4-1. And it is Ramirez to lead us off. Ramirez 0 for 0. What happened to him last time? Did he get hit? Walked? Must have got walked. He's hit that one into left field. Over left field. What is the Mets doing? Put your outfielders a bit deeper, boys. And Ramirez is going to truck around and get himself a triple. So a leadoff triple. Very, very nicely done. And Petey Crow now with a chance to drive in another run. Sac fly for him last time up, of course. It's a 2-1 pitch. This time Petey Crow grounds it to the first baseman. Ramirez stays at third, and Bregman will come in 2 for 2. First pitch swing. Bregman hits it deep into center field. It should score Ramirez from third. It'll be 5-1 on the sac fly from Bregman, and it is Vlad now, who is 1 for 1 today with 2 out, no one on. A 1-0 pitch. Vlad has hit that well. Vlad has hit that very well. Vlad has number 31 of the season. 389 feet. It is 6-1. We took the third inning off, and we're back to scoring 2. And it will be William McQuaid now, who will come in. And he's going to face a new man, Turnquist, who has an ERA of 6.75 this season. McQuaid 0 for 1 today. Did walk, of course, last time up. A 2-1 pitch, and McQuaid grounds it to the second baseman. It'll end the 4th. We're 6-1 up, though. Will Murillo come out for the 5th? He will. He's only thrown 47 pitches so far. He'll face Gorman, who's 0 for 1. It is a 2-1 pitch, and it is hit into right field, and there's not much Davis can do about that. It'll be a leadoff single. It'll bring up Southensea. A 1-2 pitch. A ground ball. Could be a double play. We get one at second, but that is it. One down, man at first for Chapman, who absolutely crushed the ball last time up, didn't he, for the home run. This time we start with a loose pitch. That'll get the runner over to second. So a 2-2, a strikeout. Are we going to be able to get the out at first? We are, so 2 down. And runner at second for Lindor, who is 0 for 1. A full count, a ground ball to the shortstop, and we don't have a play. So runners at the corners with 2 out for Sugarstee, who is 0 for 1. A 1-2. Morillo ends things in style. It is to the bottom of the 5th we go, 6-1. And Davis will lead us off against Turnquist. Davis is 1 for 2 today, a 1-1 pitch. And Davis pops one up into centre field for 1 away. Alright, De Leon, who's 0 for 2, comes in. An 0-1 pitch. Oh, he gets hit. Unnecessary. So, runner at first now for Namala, who's 0 for 2. First pitch swing. There goes the runner, and he can go back to the dugout. So, 2 out, no one on now for Namala. You might as well try and clear a fence, mate. And he has grounded it to the shortstop to end the bottom of the 5th. So, it is still 6-1. And Mauricio will lead them off against the new man, Joswiak. So, well done to Murillo. 5 innings pitched, just the 1 run, and only 3 hits as well. So, excellent stuff. He's working into that role as... Oh, Jesus, that's not a good start from Joswiak. It is now 6... Oh, no, it's not. Back to the fence. De Leon makes the catch. That looked gone off the bat, but it just hung up there. In comes Tucker, who is 1 for 2. And that is a ground ball. Yeah, I was saying that Murillo is warming into the role as a starter. We'll probably only ever get 5 innings out of him. But if the bullpen can come in, and it has been able to do it, come in and sort of see out the game for us. He doesn't give much away on he's got a good day, Murillo, and he's having more good days than not recently. So, yeah, that might be a role change that ends up working out for us. Ballesteros will lead us off 1 for 2 today. And he draws a walk. So, runner at first, none out for Ramirez, who got the triple last time up, of course. A 1-0, and that is a double play ball if I ever saw one. Thankfully, though, they can only get the one at second. So, Armstrong with the runner at first will come in. He is 0 for 2 with a sac fly. And that might find the grass out there. It does. And Ramirez will stop at second. So, runners at first and second, 1 out for Bregman, who is 2 for 2 with a sac fly. A 1-1 pitch, that is into left field. It will be caught, and runners will stay where they are. So it's Vlad now with a chance to add to his 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 2 today. It's a full count. Vlad draws another walk to load the bases again for McQuaid with 2 out. What will he do? He's 0 for 2, a 2-2 pitch. McQuaid, oh, it sat up there too, didn't it? And he just couldn't make contact, and that'll do it for the 6th. We leave them loaded, and Joswiak will continue to Hereda in the top of the 7th. Full count, and that is into centre field. Petey Crow can't make a catch, and if he can't make a catch, then no one can. And that is a leadoff single. In comes Gorman, who's 1 for 2. A 2-2 pitch, a strikeout for Joswiak. 1 down. Southern Sea comes in 0 for 2. A 3-1 pitch and a walk. It didn't look that bad of a pitch, to be honest. Where was that? No, low and inside. So 2 on, 1 out, and it's Chapman, who's already hit 1 home run today. That is into centre field. Petey Crow is there, makes the catch. Runners stay where they are. So it's Lindor, who's 1 for 2 now. A first pitch swing. A ground ball to the shortstop. Namala to Ramirez. Ends the 7th. So we stretch. We are 6-1 up. 8 hits to 4. It's looking good. Alright, welcome back. Brennan Davis will lead us off 1 for 3 today. New man on the mound, I think, as well, wasn't it? Still Turnquist. And that is popped up in foul territory for 1 away. De Leon, who is 0 for 2. It's a 1-1 pitch. And it is a ground ball to the second baseman. So that is 2 away for Namala now, who's 0 for 3. A full count. 2 out, no one on. Namala draws a walk. Now, he's not the worst base runner. I wonder if we'll try and steal here. It's a new pitcher now, Prestia. He has an ERA of 6. Ballesteros is 1 for 2. It's a 2-2 pitch with 2 out. Surely the runner's going, although maybe not quite on that count. And Ballesteros strikes out. Ends the inning. Will go to the 8th. And it is Sugarstee to lead us off against Joswiak. Sugarstee is 0 for 2. A 1-0 pitch, and that is popped up into centre field. Petey Crow comes in, makes the catch. 1 away. In comes Mauricio, 0 for 3. Now, before I forget, MVP nominations, last call, because next episode will either be, hopefully, we'll be already in the post. Well, we'll see how the postseason's playing out anyway. But yeah, last call, we'll have to vote next episode. Killen will come in to pitch. He's ERA of 3.14, and in at the plate is the 0 for 3 hitting Tucker, a 2-2 pitch. And that'll do it for the 8th. Joswiak did a very good job as well, didn't he? Nice outing for him. So Prestia will face Ramirez in the bottom of the inning. And Ramirez takes a swing at the first pitch and lands it in front of the left fielder for a single. Excellent stuff. Crow Armstrong now, who is 1 for 3. A 2-1 pitch. Petey Crow into right field, but it's popped up. Ramirez will go back, and that will be 1 away. In comes Bregman, who's 2 for 3. A 1-2 pitch. Bregman, to the shortstop, and that will be a double play. And that'll take us to the 9th. Hopefully we won't have to bat again. Carpenter will face Killen. Carpenter is 0 for 3. It's a 1-1 pitch. And it is a strikeout for 1 away. In comes Hereda, who is 1 for 3. A 1-2 pitch. Another strikeout. Caleb Killen, absolutely brilliant. And it is Gorman now, who is 1 for 3. It's another 1-2 pitch. And that is over the infield in front of Davis in right field for a 2-out single. And Seth Lonsway will come out to try and close it down for us here. We need 1 out. Southern Sea's at the plate. And it is Lonsway on the mound. It's a 3-1 pitch. Lonsway issues a walk. So 2 out, 2 on. And it is Chapman, who is 1 for 3. That one, of course, was a massive home run. A 2-2 pitch. Lonsway gets the strikeout, and we have beaten the Mets 6-1. We should have done that 2 more times in this series, though. So there we go. We go 5.5 games back of the Reds. It's not quite done yet, is it? It's unlikely, but it's not quite done. If we look at the wild card race down the bottom here, again, it's not. It's still very close, actually. We're only 3 games ahead of the Padres, or 3 wins ahead of the Padres. I'm not sure who's played more. I'm trying to do maths on the run now. That's never a good idea. I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. We just need to win. If we win our games, we will at least be in the wild card. And of course, we're at the bottom here. It means we'll play the Pirates. That's who we played last year, I think, wasn't it? So, yeah. I mean, even if we were to win the division, chances are we're going to be the 3rd place divisional winner, so we'll go into the wild card series anyway, if I'm completely honest. So it may well be no, we'll play the Dodgers, won't we? Right now, we'd play the Dodgers, and the Pirates would face the Reds. So we want to keep winning, if nothing else, so we hopefully can host the series anyway. But there we go. That's that. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Patterson at the plate, but we'll have plenty of chances to see him, I am sure. And what we'll do is we will come back when there's a chance for the postseason to be clinched. I'm assuming it's going to go pretty much down to the wire for us. If we're going to run down the Reds, it's definitely going to take all the way to the end of the season. And if we don't, then the wild card is probably going to go all the way down to the end of the season anyway. So if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, keep your fingers crossed that we can get there. We don't want to miss the postseason, do we? And yeah, don't forget to leave me your MVP nominations. Take care.